Fun fact, initially NightPhoenix redeemed a replay against Nikic, the Zerg player from Belarus. But afterwards did say, no, I have a better one. And redeemed this one instead. So I am excited. I'm ready for it. Let's go. Everyone has a code for using Barker. It's true, it's true. They're coping. As spawning in the top right-hand corner of Solaris, we have our red Zerg player. I'm unfamiliar with him on Clan TSI. It is FIGARO. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Ukrainian Protoss, the Ukrainian Protoss player. The blue Protoss representing hot-headed gaming. It is NightPhoenix. FIGARO going for a 15-15, 15 hatch into a 15 spawning pool has become a little bit more of a common opener here in this matchup. This opener does allow you to expand here on location without being disturbed by this probe. So a bit of a safer opener here from FIGARO. You can also delay your gases a little bit further and head into a more roach heavy style. Ooh, as NightPhoenix going for a cannon rush. It's going to be a gate forge opener here. Now this is how you cannon rush, Bobby. So a gate forge is a quote-unquote macro cannon rush. So the way this works is that this is designed to cancel the expansion, and you take your own expansion behind this. It can be quite difficult to deal with, as we are going to be pulling the boys. We'll see if FIGARO can deal with this as the pylon is on the way. Looks like FIGARO is maybe assuming that this isn't a real cannon rush, but it is, and one drone is not going to be enough. Pylons have been thrown down. A cannon is going to be on the way, as NightPhoenix does push himself out of those pylons. And will continue that cannon rush. Yeah, pylons are cancelled. I don't think this cannon is within range. I think we need a second cannon, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there we go. Second cannon get thrown down in the middle line as well. Oh, and that's going to be a completion on the hatchery, which again, it should be a completion. Like, cancelling this base would put the Protoss player ahead. As we have a spine crawler here on the high ground. Oh, barely out of range of the cannon. So nicely positioned here from FIGARO. Yeah, spine crawlers on the way, one towards the bottom, one towards the top. Oh, we do get rid of high ground vision, and we should eventually deal with this location. Zell comes in. Zell comes in just in time. And we're going for the spine crawler. Uh-oh. We're going for the spine crawler. Boys, they have to be pulled. We have to preserve the spine crawler. The cannon going ham. And we are getting drone kills. Meanwhile, Link's going down to this cannon as well, and we will clean this up. With the completion of these spine crawlers, these cannons should be dealt with, but the trades have been brutal as Links are going down. Yeah, the Links, they come in a little bit prematurely, especially considering that I'm pretty sure this cannon doesn't threaten the base. And we could have dealt with this from the high ground. A cannon will go down, and looking at the trades, we lost 14 Lings. Bit of a sad face. Again, NightPhoenix is expanding behind this. Was a macro cannon rush. 15 Lings went down, 3 drones for 2 cannons, a zealot, and a pylon. Again, that's a lot of Lings. Like, that wasn't a bad trade. Bearing in mind as well, we also forced lost mining time. We also have delayed the third base by quite a lot as well. So FIGARO, he's down in workers, he's down in economy. 17 drones here, or now 19, 20, against the 23 here of NightPhoenix. NightPhoenix back at home. This should be a transition into a Stargate, and yep, there it is, Stargate follow-up here from NightPhoenix. This can lead into Void Rays. And NightPhoenix is kind of known for his Sky Toss. We casted plenty of NightPhoenix a couple of weeks ago, not just in events like the weekly online tournaments, but also in the Christmas Cup and the New Year's Cup. And we saw a lot of Sky Toss out of NightPhoenix, a lot of it. Was able to bring down Young Yakov with it, actually. As Adept's going to be forced back. FIGARO still trying to stabilize here and still stuck on 2 bases. This third is so heavily delayed, and here we go. Finally, a drone is headed in that direction. Adept shades into the main. There's a spine crawler in position, but we focus on another couple of drones. Oh, it's going to be 6 workers in total. Speed now on the way, third base soon to be taken, but again, we saw just waiting for those minerals because FIGARO is re-droning after losing so many workers. So a really shaky start here from our Zerg player. Across the map, again, we're working towards +1. We're not going into Void Rays, we're going into Oracles instead. going to be an Oracle opener here out of NightPhoenix. We are fortifying ourselves here at the natural base. We have a cannon and a shield battery on the way. So pretty well fortified here at the natural. And the Oracle is zooming across the map. We are going to be zooming out. Dipping in between the bases. Are those constant crickets part of the map ambience? They are. Fun fact. They are. Oh, as the Oracle gets hit, no Spore! No Spore Crawler, another 3 drones fall. We do sustain some hull damage, but for the most part, worth it here for NightPhoenix, as it does keep that Oracle alive. But yeah, this is the only map that has the crickets, the bugs, the space crickets. As a fun fact. That's behind this, we're getting into a Twilight Council, into a Robo. We're not working towards a Skytel's transition, working towards a Groundtel's transition as we're getting up to 6 gates. This is looking more and more like a 2-base all-in. 2-base all-in out of NightPhoenix with +1. I imagine with Charge. Charge should be on the way alongside this, as gases have not been taken here at the natural. And yep, Charge is on the way. This is going to hit like a truck. That's going to be a lot of Zealots, Pappy. A lot of Zealots, and FIGARO is still unawares as to what's going on. Is about to finish with the lair. Once the lair finishes, we need an Overseer. We need an Overseer to get across the map and to scout our opponent to get a read on what exactly is going on. Without it, we're going to be playing blind. We're going to be in the dark. And even with the Overseer, even without the Overseer scout, like it's going to be so difficult to get a read on this. Drone's going to be falling. Third base still not saturated. FIGARO still on 42 workers. Now droning up though. Oh, but we get a kill on that Spine Crawler. No transfuse. Up. Void Ray is forced back. And did I say 6 gates? It is going to be an 8-gate 2-base all-in. Let's go. 8 gates in total, +2 on the way. Prism is moving out. So these things do confirm the lack of third. So FIGARO, he should be aware that it's an aggressive build from NightPhoenix. It could be like 4-gate Glaive Adepts, it could be DTs, it could be a charge all-in. FIGARO doesn't know. Doesn't know the details. Is preparing back at home with some roaches. Spines are repositioning as well, but there's only 1 Spine Crawler. And this charge all-in, it's going to snowball out of control. We do have some roaches, but roaches are not the most ideal unit here in this position. Again, Banelings would be ideal. Banelings going to be going down. I'm loving the SimCity with the Spine Crawler. We do force back the Zealots. Very nice. As FIGARO, he forces back the army. Oracle dips into the natural. We're getting 11 kills so far. Void Ray's on the way. So far, FIGARO, he does force back the army. He is droning, and I'm curious if NightPhoenix takes a third. Do we take a third base, or do we double down? Oh, we're doubling down. We're doubling down, Papi. Let's go. We go for another big warping of Zealots. Immortals on the way. Void Rays as well. We're building up a Death Blood army. We have a Dark Shrine on the way alongside this. Okay. Wasn't quite expecting that. Wasn't quite expecting the Stargate. Here we have Zealots towards the main. We have a Zealot run by towards the natural. The main army is still chilling back at home. As we do reinforce. There we go. Zealot's going to be trying to keep this Roach army busy. We do get into the mineral line. 1 Queen will not go down. Clutch Transfuse. So far, good defense here from FIGARO. He is holding up. So he takes out another couple of Zealots. Worker's going to be rotating back over. FIGARO now with a decent economy. We're still not quite at 3 bases, but we're getting there. We're getting towards 3-base economy. That's a decent amount of roaches. Yo, we can push out across the map. There is an overcharge available, but this one Immortal's looking quite exposed. There is potential. And here we go. We are pushing in. You can see we're trying to get on top of that Immortal as well. The overcharge is popped. Zealots are going to be going down, and there's just too much DPS here. Every single Zealot does fall. But we cannot push in any further. Sentries have been warped in defensively. We do have force fields available. And the Zealots say, get in! No shot. The Roach army is busy, and we do take control of the third base. FIGARO still not quite able to make use of this third, and can we get a kill in the hatchery? No shot. They are +2 Zealots. But we should be able to barely save it. Yeah, the clutch transfuse, we keep it alive. Zealots are going to be shut down. At the same time, DT warping into the... Oh my god, that's a lot of Dark Templar. And we're going to get a kill. The lair, it's going to fall. We do have detection on the way, but not in time. FIGARO, he's being pulled apart. No. You can shut down some of these DTs. And there was potential in the push earlier, but we weren't quite able to break into the natural. At least NightPhoenix is still on 2 bases. Like, he still has a limited economy, but now he takes the third. And this is what FIGARO needs to deny. Remember, FIGARO, he's up in supply right now. He has a large Roach army, has lost a lot of tech, doesn't have the best economy, but with this army, we need to make use of it. And we need to flex it across the map. We cannot allow NightPhoenix to get this third base. As FIGARO is taking his own third. Bearing in mind that he lost his main. Prism sharking around. And FIGARO, he's chilling back at home. He's playing this scared. To be fair, I'm sure if FIGARO was aware of this base, he would be pushing out. I'm sure if he was aware, he would be out on the map. Spawning pool going to be going down. Archon dropping to the natural, getting an Overseer. Do we have a lair? No, still no lair, by the way. More DTs coming in. Do we have an Overseer? We have 2. 2 Overseers with the main army. Uh-oh. No Spore. No shot. No Spore. The Overseers, they're across the map. We have to race back home, and these DTs, they're going ham. Ay, ay, ay. We deny mining here at the natural. Overseers, they come back in. We can clean this up. But once again, we disrupt the mining, we disrupt the economy. We do kill so many workers. And NightPhoenix, he's getting into his third. Now, FIGARO is still up in supply. Now, bearing in mind, this is an inefficient army. Still, right now, remaking the spawning pool. Still no lair, still no tech. Up against Immortals and up against Force Fields. We do have to respect it. We do get eyes on the third. We are going to be cutting back here. A lot of Zealots going to be going down. We do catch one of those Ravagers. Efficient trade here for NightPhoenix, trading minerals for gas. Only losing Zealots, really. From here, on the one hand, I want to say that, like, FIGARO, like, he's in a decent enough position where he's maxing out. Like, he can kind of rest on his laurels a little bit and just start teching. That is true. But, like, the tech is so delayed here. Like, this lair is so late. The would-be Hydrogen or Lurkers or Infestation Bit or wherever we want to tech towards is so delayed that I feel anxious about not really pressing our advantage here. As the Immortal count is getting higher and higher. How many Immortals? 6. Oh my god. 6 Immortals for NightPhoenix. That's crazy. Again, the quality of this army is pretty insane. He's got +3 attack, by the way. He has +3 for his army. NightPhoenix, you're crazy. And 4th base on the way. Lair finally finished. More Zealots, more Archons being warped in here across the map. NightPhoenix trying to cause some chaos. The Biles! They bring down the Void Ray. The pick off there from FIGARO. The map. NightPhoenix being forced out of the main. Hydrogen on the way, so it looks like FIGARO does want to work towards Hydra Lurker Viper, I imagine. But it's going to take a while to really get there. We are trying to counterattack with these roaches. We're going for the third. It's left exposed. There are 2 shield batteries. But we can bust in. The army on the way. We do rotate in time. At the same time, we do go for another big Zealot counterattack across the map. We're going... No, are we going to get it again? No shot. The lair falls for a second time. Ay, ay, ay. We get the lair. We go for the bait. These are +3 Zealots, by the way. They almost get it. Will they get the kill? No shot. They get the Roach Warren as well. The Roach Warren will go down. At the same time, Archon drop here in towards the third, distracting the army. We get the Roach Warren, we get the lair, we get the spawning pool once again as well. These Zealots. They're insane. The amount of DPS they have here, and now we're forcing a counterattack. Again, FIGARO still has the army advantage, but it is Roach Ravager. Again, still a very inefficient army, still only with +1 range. Gonna try to push in. Decent force fields, we catch a Roach. Like, pushing into this position is so difficult because there's a shield battery, there's overcharge, it's force fields. Speaking of, force fields are thrown down. Oh, once again, slicing up the army. Very nice force fields. A lot of Roaches are going down, and this is the fight that NightPhoenix wanted. You can see FIGARO plummeted in supply. He had, what, 180 supply? He drops 40. Drops 40 supply in the blink of an eye. Very efficient fight. And this is where the soup does lie, right? It's like Roach Ravager is very inflated. It's not very efficient. Another base going to be going down. You can be down 80 supply and still take an amazing fight. And NightPhoenix, he's clawing his way back into this. Oh, he's killed another base. We're down to 1. We're down to 1 base. No shot. NightPhoenix. And here we go. We can soon push out with this. How many immortals? 6 immortals. 2 disruptors. We are pushing with the death ball of an army. FIGARO does have bottom right, so it does have a 2 base economy technically. Just have 2 bases, a Roach counterattack, which means not everything's going to be at home to defend. Uh-oh. We're going for the base. Hydras are in production. Nova goes off. Doesn't connect. Good dodge. Nova will... The second Nova goes off as well. Big connection on the Ravagers. Massive connection. NightPhoenix is breaking on through. Again, these Roaches across the map coming back home. It looks like they caught a reinforcing disruptor. Not a bad pickup. Files will not connect. Roaches coming in from behind. Yeah, boys are being pulled as well. We collapse on the army. The Nova connects with the drones. Big stasis trap goes off. And NightPhoenix just out controlling the army here. Making full use of what he has. Behind this, more DTs, more Archons. We're down to 1 base. The Nova grazes the army, gets one of the Hydras. And we will take down the final hatchery here of FIGARO. Oh my god. We get a surround, we force a recall. 1 immortal does get picked up, and we do catch another. Not bad, if only we weren't losing all our bases. And this is the final hatchery here. We go for the tech instead, we go for the Hydrogen first. And then we get both. But ¿por qué no los dos? We get both the hatchery and the Hydrogen. FIGARO desperately trying to double expand, but 0 economy, 0 mining. He has a bank. He's throwing down more bases. But FIGARO cannot produce, not anymore. NightPhoenix now taking a 4th. Did retain all of his immortals, retained the disruptors as well. And we are pushing. Remember, this still started with a failed cannon rush as well. Like, the cannon rush did trade against Lings, but did not kill the hatchery. And GG gets called. There's nothing left here for FIGARO, and NightPhoenix able to snowball out of control. GG does take down FIGARO. GG. Oh my god. GG. Very impressive multitasking there from NightPhoenix. Just constantly harassing, constantly sniping important tech here. The lair, how many times did the lair go down? Bases, tech structures, spawning pools, roach warrens. Just constantly punishing the immobile army of FIGARO. And unfortunately, I do think there was opportunities for the Zerg player. Especially when the first lair died, where we could have just gone all in, or even before that actually, where we were up like quite heavily in supply, as we were taking the third, as NightPhoenix was taking the 3rd base. Unfortunately, we didn't get eyes on it. There wasn't anything to scout the 3rd, so the Zerg player wasn't aware that NightPhoenix was actually quite vulnerable at that time. And I do think that would have been a big moment for the Zerg player to really stop NightPhoenix from ever expanding and ever taking a 3rd base. Once that 3rd got up and running, NightPhoenix, he could have a comparable economy and keep up quality-wise with the army, and that's when he was able to just, yeah, really have his way with the bases of the Zerg. GG. GG, well played. Impressive play there out of NightPhoenix, and a brutal game there for the Zerg. Oh god. Just losing the lair over and over again, and just being stuck at home waiting for the lair constantly to rebuild to be able to tech up into like Hydras or Mutas or anything else. That was a brutal position. Was a brutal position. GG, well played. Congratulations. Congratulations to NightPhoenix. Oh, and with that, we have worked our way through our viewer replays. We're done. We've caught up. It's been like 3 weeks in the making. We have caught up, and yeah, was some fun games. Do appreciate it. Shout out to Soundo, RJ Skater, Frost, and to NightPhoenix for redeeming our replays. Thank you. And with that, we are going to be done for the night. We initially were casting Master Coliseum, that we wrapped up with some Duckling viewer replays, and now we're ready to indulge in the weekend. Starting tomorrow, we have, of course, the House Galactic Battle. The Polish LAN event is going to be tomorrow, and the day after is going to be the finals of Masters Coliseum. That's going to be on Sunday. As a reminder as well, just to reiterate, tomorrow is going to be the second last day of Master Coliseum, but we won't be casting it. We're going to be busy casting the Polish LAN event all day, and before the final day of Master Coliseum on Sunday, we're going to be having like a catch-up cast where we catch up on the games that we missed on Saturday. That's going to be the plan. That is going to be the plan here on the Cranky Ducklings. So if you're interested, you can follow us. If you happen to watch the the second last day of Master Coliseum live, don't spoil. Don't spoil in the chat. We're going to be keeping our eye out on that. And yeah, thank you. Thanks so much for watching. Do appreciate it. Good night. Oh. I see NightPhoenix in the chat. GG, NightPhoenix. GG. Yeah, the force fields were amazing. They were really good there. Like, the fight heavily swung in favor of NightPhoenix with those force fields. But yeah, with that, we're going to be done here for the night. Do have some work to go over. I'm going to be working through replay packs. If you're interested, you can support the channel through Twitter, Facebook. You can follow us. You can subscribe on Twitch. You can check us out on Patreon as well. And next week is going to be a big week. It's going to be a big week as I'm going to be traveling. I'm going to be flying over to Poland from Australia. It's going to be a 32-hour flight. It's going to be a big one. So, yeah, that's going to be great. I hope I survive. So, yeah, it's going to be a big week leading into IM Katowice, which is in 2 weeks. 2 weeks' time. 32-hour flight, non-stop, Bobby, non-stop. 32-hour trip. It's 32 hours because there are layovers. Okay, calm down. There are layovers in Singapore, and I have another layover in Frankfurt, Germany as well. So that adds to the travel time. So yeah, it's gonna be intense, man. It's gonna be intense. Long, very long, Papi, very long. I'm gonna try to cast. I'm gonna try to like stream and cast events from Poland as well. I'll do my best. Hopefully the audio is okay. We'll see. I'm gonna be taking a mic. I'm gonna be taking my headphones so I can just keep working while on the fly. We'll see. That is fun. Once you get to the destination, yeah. Yeah, we'll get there, Papi. We'll get there. So yeah, enjoy the weekend. Enjoy all the StarCraft that is to come. And be sure to tune in to IM Katowice in 2 weeks. Gonna be amazing, gonna be beautiful. Look for me in the crowd. Look for me. Until then, thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for the support. We're gonna be heading off for the night. Until then, hasta luego. Buenas noches. Ciao. Ciao, Bobby. Ciao.